Right, back to the Waking Sands. Been a while. See if Alpha Nose arrived ahead of us. Have a look around. Still a mess in here. Suppose we should get on cleaning this up at some point as well. I assume Alpha Nose through here. Ah, and Sid as well. Hey Sid, how you doing? Excuse me. I had no idea, Zest. I can only imagine how you felt when you returned that day. Tell me, Zest, does aught here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Mayhap it's just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the solar. Very well. We can do that. Wait. Okay. Ida. Who goes there? Now, Ida. Is that any way to greet a friend? No, Zest. Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been... This place has seen better days. You know, I wasn't actually here when... I was still in talks at the Adder's Nest. First I knew about it was when I came back and I saw... Ida. The church had taken care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard to know where to start. If Vishtola hadn't been here to help me... Vishtola is here too? Yes, but she's not here right now. She's gone to Udar to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papadimo and Menphilia weren't among the dead. According to the church, Vishtola thinks they were taken somewhere. Upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires. Knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals. One that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants the gifted to Primal's influence. Powerful though his elegant weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Menphilia to gain an understanding of the Echo. None of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter, the Empire has shown its hand, and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the Scions and save Eorzea. Can I count on you, Ida? What? Oh, yes, of course, whatever you need. We can discuss our next move upon Yshtola's return. For now, I say we rest.
Hear, feel, think.
here again.
Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Heidelin, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both.
I don't quite know if I
Steel
understand.
thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
Istola! Zest, I see you and Alpha now are safe. And Sid. That we five should meet each other thus defies simple explanation, as if the benevolent hand of Master Louis Swag guides us all. He would not see us undone so easily, not now when the need is so great. I know where Minfilia and the others are being held. Where? An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona. Question Century. Imperial stronghold, eh? Well, that's not going to be a walk in the park to get through. Gaius may have called it a weapon of ancient Alag, but I saw extensive Magitech modifications. An Imperial castrum. It was to be expected, I suppose. Alright, let's do this. Let's go and rescue Minfilia and the others. Istola wishes to discuss the fate of the prisoners being held at Castrum Sentry. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Zest. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defences of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portelaine of House Durandare. He is stationed at the observatorium in Corvus. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. It is fortunate indeed that we were able to regroup here. I did not care much for my chances of surviving a foray into Imperial stronghold alone, but I am certain that together we will find a way to rescue our fellow scions. I think we'll manage. Yeah, okay. Well, back to Corvus. Once more out into the snow. Well, at least I have some warmer boots this time. Being able to fly. What use that would be right now? One day, one day. In here? Yes. Ah, Zest, the man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? Oh, you're an associate of Y'shtola? But of course, Lord Jormont confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Casham Sentry, what interest have you all in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you could provide will be greatly appreciated. I see, that might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum, a Huron woman, an Ellison man, and 2 Lalafels. 1 male, 1 female. It's them, it has to be. Minfilia, Orionge, Papalimo, and Tataru. If that scarred morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Corthus not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, Rogadin and Lalafel, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? Rogadin and Lalafel, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and they both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them, Zest, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given a choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Yeah, very well. Freeing those held in Casham Sentry will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavour that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you'd best act now. Fair enough. If, as has been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow scions prisoner in hopes of understanding the Echo, it seems reasonable to understand they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Portelaine said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. I agree. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work. All our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, to which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Ritalin, you depart for Castrum Ocidens at midnight. You will command the western front in Vilbrand. The Orzians will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impudence, but is it proper to give command to half of our forces to a... I have given you nothing, Praefectus. You have earned it. That will be all dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters. 1 hour. Lord Portlane would like to aid you in your search for Biggs and Witch. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Balafia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honour of being acquainted with Y'shtola. Now, the report of the Imperial airship's emergency landing comes to us by way of Dismal Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Bricklet, may be able to tell you more. So as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you soon will be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. Well, let's head out there as soon as possible then. Looks like we don't have much time to delay. You stand before Dismal Darkhold, the subterranean fortress excavated by the great Guardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. A letter of introduction penned by Portlane. A letter from Lord Portlane. So you've come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have been sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. What? The captives would like to be your friends, you say? Then let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near Orm Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Piermons. He should be able to assist you. Okay. We can do that. Should probably scoot around these, however. Ah, I see. Imperial airship. I saw it approach to land with mine own 2 eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it had deployed a detachment of troops. Rough orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them. Sir Piermons wants to share with you what he knows of the 2 fugitives. There are prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Garleans who deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness. In order to alert our forces, I returned to my post. To find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of boot prints, one large, one small. If you search the area, mayhap you'll be able to follow the prints into their owners. Boot prints, eh? Well, this looks promising. Quite small these boot prints are. Well, guess we can follow them a little further along. Seem to be heading in this direction. Slightly larger blueprints this time. I think. They seem to be heading around to the left here. Right, well, again, a larger set of footprints. Heading off in this direction. Okay. Some more. Oh, I'll keep following. Oh. Smaller footprints this time. Seems they're still both together. Or they followed after one another soon. At least they're heading in the same direction. That's useful. Probably check under this bridge. Seems like a decent place to hide out. Aha! So cold. I want to go home. Please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. I'm all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Oh, Zest, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. Our lions were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. We're so hell-bent on evading them, almost ran headlong into a monster's gaping maw. Twice. And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Well, should be safe now. Biggs, he isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away. Hello? It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Actually, yeah, I've got Wedge here. Track down Wedge. That's wonderful news. Now what of Biggs? He's around here somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly yet. I see. Well, it hardly surprised me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gave Wedge, he's always taken care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but we have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west. With both Ida and Ishtola helping out, I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. There, I hope. Was that Master Garland you spoke with? Yeah, it was indeed. After 5 long years. Thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Zeth. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Yep, let's do that. Hopefully it won't take too long to find Biggs. Aha, Monument Tower indeed. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Waiting for some friends. Oh, and I brought this guy. Oh, it would seem your companions called a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. Hot broth sounds nice. How are we feeling now then? Stay here as long as you need. Same goes for you, friend. Just plain you have a hard journey ahead of you and must find rest when you can. Thank you. I appreciate it. So Wedge, how are you doing? Wedge is gravely concerned for his missing companion. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold with Guardians on his heels. You lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Zest, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. Don't worry, I was definitely planning on having a look around for him. A Rogadin gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he did not come by here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. If we call it the Fury's Gaze, it may be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems to be a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to pass us by. Not bad reasoning, I have to say. Oh, it's as good a lead as any. Let's go check it out. I mean, I don't see anyone at first glance. Oh, well. I dare not use any techniques too wide ranged, because I might draw the ire of everything in here. But unfortunately, this will take longer than I'd hope to deal with these revenants. Yeah. Exactly what I wanted to avoid. Well, thankfully it was only one of the creatures in here that got upset at me. As long as I don't annoy any of the others. Excellent. Yeah. I mean, he may have come through here, but he's not here now, unfortunately. So, let's go speak to Wedge again, I guess. Zest, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area. Well, it stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Garleans well away from me. But where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? Don't worry, I'm sure he'll turn up. Wedge is determined to find Biggs. We can't give up, Zest. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who listen, and hurry. Biggs' chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment. Okay, looks like I'm going up. I hope it's not as big as the tower in the observatorium, that's all I say. excuse me. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he is not to be found around here or the vicinity of Darkhold, it is possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, one must travel through Denifin Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it is surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing, do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. But 1 moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. I can perfectly understand why, however, my ankles are made of sterner stuff, my friend. Right. Don't know. I'm not sure he would have made it quite as far as Whitebrim. We can definitely check out the vicinity on the way there. Now, what's going on here then? Well, our orders to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Ah, you two. How's it going? Zest. As well you are here, the situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Leader has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me. Very well. Let's deal with these Imperials then, shall we? He is not alone. Kill them all. Good luck with that, my friend. Need to keep an eye on Biggs, okay. Fair enough. I can do that. Still these large robots first. Robots magic. Biggs, how you doing? That's those dealt with. Nice work, team. My thanks. Another moment, I would have been. He has been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. We can go back to that tower off in the distance there. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Oh, I love reunions. Yeah, I'm sure he will. Hopefully he'll be there by the time we arrive. No, maybe not quite yet. Hey, Wedge, got some good news for you. I cannot thank you enough, Zest, and the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are family, are we not? Well, yes. It's just, I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owed a lot of you my life, and you saved Wedges too. Just I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Don't worry about it. Biggs, Wedge, gods, good to see you two again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we knew you were still alive, but to finally see you in the flesh. When Alphino told me of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. It's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, Immortal Flame should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day, when I returned to the carnage at the Waking Sands, I noted not a miss in the horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this I concluded the Garleans came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics. Magics of the kind used by the Ascians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded, bundled into a cargo bay of a waiting airship. Can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off to the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into detainment cell together, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard of them. Castrum Sentry. Well, we were going there anyway, I think. At least it's confirmed. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons or maybe even only weeks. And then without warning, the Imperials collected a pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found was bound for Garlemald, much for our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and therefore forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captures. The rest, as they say, is history. If I didn't know any better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel. That would have been Big's handiwork, like as not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Zest, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. Don't worry about it. It's fine. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. Yep, agreed there. Right, you lot, the Garlean Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Hurrah! Thank goodness you found me, Zest. I would have frozen or drowned or been eaten by a mud puppy if it wasn't for you. Maybe all three. I knew the chief was still alive. Deep down I always knew. He looks healthy too. Well, we could do with a shave, I suppose, but other than that, I don't know, I like the beard. I think the beard suits him. Sid wants to prepare a strategy to rescue Minfilia and the other Scions. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wage are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Castrum Sentry. So let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. It is as good a place as any to prepare and better than most. The road leading east and south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. Have I been out to Revenant's Toll yet? No, unfortunately not. I'm going to have to take the long way. Very well. No, might as well cross the bridge. No point wading through water when I don't need to. Need to hit the next south turning. Okay, here we are. Guess just follow this road until we hit Mordona. I've heard of it in passing. Apparently I've never been there, so... Always interesting to see a new place. Well, this is definitely a change of scenery. Well, let's do our normal maintenance, being in a new place, and attune here to Safe Art. Make life a lot easier in the future. Oh there, sir. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Toll? We need to attack Castrum Sentry. Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive at Castrum Sentry and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. I wasn't expecting it to be a walk in the park, friend. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with armoured patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get in within 100 yards of the walls undetected. If the Guardians were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they would do to Minfilia and the others. We must act with greatest stealth. Aye, has to be a good old-fashioned infiltration. But with security so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why, I have a mind to walk through the front door. The front door? Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, suit of Magitech armour, and impeccable timing. That's a bold strategy, but it might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to borrow the equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology. And it's settled. Oh yeah, sounds like a plan. If you're determined to go ahead with this, I recommend you speak with Glaumont. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire and happens to know a deal about Castrum Sentry besides. I've no doubt that he'll want to be of aid. Ida and I shall go reconnoitre Guardian activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we even had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Zest. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Ida, are there ever times you're not infused? I'm nothing if not infused, you Stola. You begin to remind me of Papalimo. Oh, I'm glad those two get on. All adventurers worth their salt, gathering revenant's toll. If you've mind to rise above the sea of mediocrity, you've come to the right place. No, why not? Ah, for now. In the wake of the calamity, the 14th Imperial Legion occupied what remained of Castrum Novum, eventually rebuilding and renaming it Castrum Sentry. The stronghold contains immense manufacturing and storage facilities and is the primary supplier of materiel for the Imperial forces stationed throughout Eorzea. Consequently, it's heavily defended. Infiltrating will not be easy, nevertheless, it is necessary. Dressing up as soldiers and sneaking in the front door, eh? Well, if you've got the guts to go through with it, then so do I. Oh boy, I always wanted my own Reaper. I should wash her and wax her and name her and... Stealth and subterfuge possessed. And how we will fill our friends. I am very confident you could play the part of an Imperial soldier. Sure, I just nod a lot, salute, do that kind of thing, I guess. Look for Glaumont, are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are. Yeah? You're looking to get inside Castrum Sentry and need my help? Something tells me we're going to get along just fine. Glaumont would like to aid you in your mission to rescue the captured Scions. So you have friends at Castrum Sentry that want for rescue. That Slathborn knows me too well. You can count on my help. I've scored a settle with the Imperials and I never pass an opportunity to get back at those whoresons. But enough about me, let's talk strategy. Rescuing folk from captivity is right delicate business. Single oversight, just one little blunder and it's all over. You can't leave any room for uncertainty. For starters, you need to confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that your friends are where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover they've been moved elsewhere. Can you find out, you asked? By following these instructions. If you approach Sentry from the east, you'll see swampland to your left called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the marbles, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You'll come across some drainage pipes coming down from the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back up to the command tower. If you listen closely, might as be you can eavesdrop on some of the happenings within. Once we know for certain your friends are in there, we'll move to the next stage of the operation. Now get going and Godspeed. Okay, I mean, we're fairly certain, but I suppose it won't hurt to make sure. Oh, let's head out there. Mulbos, did he say? Can't say I'm looking forward to that. Let's make this journey a little less aggravating for the local wildlife. Morbos are a pain at the best of times. I don't want to have to be fighting my way through them to get to where I need to be. Okay, assumption is this is the Tangle. Now if I check my map here, get straight through. Hopefully that doesn't get me lost. We'll see. No, those do look like drainage pipes. A bit of a terrible design decision. I guess they probably didn't even think about it. Right, let's see what we can hit. Oh, let's deal with these first. There we go. Right, back to what we were doing. Faint sound of conversation echoes down the pipe. What of the captive? Does she still refuse to speak? We may as well be a deaf mute for all the information we've gotten out of her. The others aren't much better. The Elezen gets on my nerve most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it's only to spout gibberish. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Minfilia woman? They say she possesses some mystical power, something we Garleans don't have. Mystical power? Like the kind the beastmen use? How am I supposed to bloody know? If you're so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus yourself? As well try to tumble her. I like my head where it is, thank you very much. Break is over. We'll best get back to our stations. Footfalls grow fainter until all is silent. Oh, that's a stroke of luck. For sure. Probably teleport back. Right? I can. At Alpha, I've confirmed our friend's definitely there. Good to see you again, Zest. I'm given to understand you have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what were you able to learn? So Minfilia and the others are indeed at Casham Sentry. Their presence thus confirmed, we may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray have the details from him. Good work, Zest. As Alphino has already told you, we've plotted out a course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Wont is looking into ways to procure a suit of Magitech armour. In the meantime, I need your assistance for some preparation of my own. Minfilia and the others are counting on us, Zest. Let's not keep them waiting any longer than is necessary. Sid requires your assistance for his rescue preparation. While Glaumont goes about devising his plan, we need to see some preparation of our own. It wouldn't do if the Imperials were to discover that we're short on armour. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communications jamming device. The explanations like to get a bit technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at a distance via electromagnetic waves. Simply put, the voices are born upon etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Now, the hill-sized cluster of corrupted crystals to the west has been observed to amplify the self-same energy. By making use of this property, we should be able to drown out the Imperial voices. To ensure we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. I'll mark the likely places on your map. Oh, and just so you know, plasmoids are drawn by the lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. Plasmoids there. Very well. Oh. Glaumont wants us for something. Glaumont wants you to practice the part of an Imperial trooper. Clean the wax out your ears now, because there's something I want you to do by way of preparation. The plan is to have you enter Casham Sentry all decked out in Imperial duds, but disguised as more than the clothes you're wearing, you also got to act the part. At the very least, you need to know how to perform a convincing Imperial salute. First impressions are everything, as they say. I could teach you the salute myself, of course, but it's best you learned it from the experts. So get yourself near as you dare to Casham Sentry and watch the Imperials doing what they do. Okay. Well. Okay. Well. I suppose we can do the crystals first. Go sort that out, and then head over to the entrance of Casham Sentry, and then head back. Sounds like the most effective way to do things. Oh, yeah, plasmoids. I was warned, I suppose. Let's actually have a look at one of these devices. A complex-looking device that can detect the strength of electromagnetic waves. I assume this is going to happen at every position. Well, 3 more readings and I think we should be fine. No plasmoids this time. Maybe I've culled the area enough of them. Oh, 1 more reading. And I think we should be set. Find a good spot. I guess up. Aha. This looks like a good place. Should probably be where plasmoid's up here, maybe. Nope. Oh, fine. Excellent. Right, Kesham Sentry. Nope, wrong direction. Silly zest. You know what? It's fine. The bright spotlights there should have been a giveaway. Now I probably could bust into Kesham Sentry myself, but chances are I'd probably alert them and, well, I don't know if I'd reach my friends before they did something drastic to them. Not worth the risk, so I suppose I'll follow Sid's plan. Yep, didn't think I would get through here unmolested, sorry. Right, see how this Imperial salute works, shall we? Nothing to report, sir. We have received an anonymous warning that insurgent forces are near. We must redouble our vigilance. I shall recommend that patrols be increased. No, that doesn't sound great, but at least I should have the Imperial salute down. Yeah. About right. Excellent. Right. Back to the toll. So, did you manage to learn the Imperial salute? I did indeed. No. Best you don't demonstrate. I'm liable to fly into a rage and crack skulls. I'll just take your word for it. Oh. Hello, sir. You have something for me? Monarch wishes to help you acquire disguises you'll need for the rescue mission. You're called Zest Flowsaber, yes? I've heard of your plight from my friend Glaumont. As a fellow adventurer and son of Eorzea both, I would offer you my assistance. In order to infiltrate Kashim Sentry, you and your comrades must disguise yourself as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniforms and helms. There are places a man might purchase them, but individuals who deal in such wares are not the sort whom you would entrust your services. It would be more prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means, from the bodies of their recently deceased owners. The fortified area before Kashim Sentry never lacks for Imperial patrols. It ought not take long to obtain 3 sets of gear, one for each member of the infiltration team, Biggs, Wedge and yourself. When you have what you need, please return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. Well, I suppose they would need to be adjusted for us. Okay, Sid, I have the readings you needed. You have the readings, excellent. Here, let me see the numbers. Yes, 4 of these crystals should suit our purpose, but I pray we won't have need of their power. My thanks, Zest. I mean, that's fine. Okay, I guess the next step is to get some uniforms. I will get to that shortly.